Okay, so today's Memorial Day, Monday, and really can't take a vacation. I mean, I've had a vacation all winter, so I've got two mowers here, and I want to talk to you about them. They're both kind of, I don't know, I'm calling them a restoration mowers. This one up here is not quite as bad as this one down here, although I thought this one was going to be worse initially. So far, I've had to put a battery in here and fix a bunch of wiring that the mouse ate through, and then I had to isolate why it wouldn't start, and it was just the brake safety switch. That was it. And once I got all that to, oh, and the starter keeps jamming up. Forgot about that. I could probably lubricate the starter, but it's been sitting so long. It's been sitting for 6 years, so I thought, you know, I'll just replace the starter. But it does work enough that I could pop it off with some carburetor starting fluid. And obviously the carburetor needs replaced or cleaned. I went ahead and decided to replace it because the solenoid is stuck. Now what has me concerned mostly about this is the transmission. For some reason, I don't know, it's one of these plastic transmissions, and it's leaking, obviously. And the biggest problem I have is the release. This should put it in a neutral state. If the brake's off, I should be able to pull it back and forth, but I can't. Well, I can pull it back, I guess, huh? Hey, there it went. Okay. Hey, I'm glad I made this video because I've been really worried about that. Now I can't push it back. There, it's just stiff. Okay, I'm feeling better now. It was just stiff. Never mind, I'm not worried about the transmission anymore. Whew. Oh, and I also had to put an inner tube in this tire. I put that in last night. So this one, like I said, I don't think it's too bad. But when I initially started with all that mouse nest, not nest, ate the wires, I was worried. And the transmission, of course, but so I had to buy a shroud, blower housing, because he doesn't know where it's at. So I've been scavenging bolts. I found this bolt in the Walmart parking lot. And I looked at it on the ground and I thought, you know what, that's going to fit in that that Kohler engine, and sure enough it did. Saved myself some money. So this other one, like I said, I didn't think it was going to be as bad. He said the brakes are locked up, and the ignition solenoid doesn't work. So when you turn the key, it wouldn't start. Well, traced it down, and it was just another switch. It was the PTO switch. It was unplugged. So I plugged it back in. It started. Well, there's where the nightmare began. Right there. It started. It was backfiring really bad. So this morning I got up to adjust the valves, because that's just the first place you're going to look is the valves. And this side had a stuck valve. So the push rod fell out and the valve was stuck in. Also, this hose broke. That's the impulse line. I had to replace that. Actually, I don't have one, so I just went ahead and I ordered some. But just so I could get it to work, I made one. It works pretty good. So, adjusted the valves and started it up. Well, now that both cylinders are working, the carburetor cannot provide enough fuel to to keep it running. It surges and then dies. When it was running on one cylinder, it did fine. Again, the solenoid's locked up, just like that one over there. So, gonna have to buy a carburetor. Then, I told him yesterday that the PTO cable was broke. He said, no, that's brand new. So, today I took a picture of it to show him that it's broke. So he said, go ahead and get another one. It needs a new belt. He said it needs a new belt for the deck. So, ordered a belt. And the brake was locked up, so... And I'm frustrated with that brake. I don't know what I was thinking. I could have recorded that. And I didn't. I just... Red doesn't like sirens. Or she likes sirens? I don't know, but she howls with them. So, I got in there, and as soon as I patched it all up, I was like, why didn't I record that? Okay, so every time I find a new problem, I message him to let him know. I also message the other guy, but I don't have a problem with that guy. I think he's going to pay. I mean, I don't know him, but I know of him pretty well. He seems like a decent guy. I don't know this guy at all. I think he just moved into the area, actually. But I message him, let him know, and he says, yeah, do it. So I just keep ordering parts. We'll see. I asked AI today, I said, do people do this very often? Where they just think, you know what, I'm going to get this old mower restored instead of going out and buying a new one. I don't think it's financially smart. I know that some people will say, yes, it's very smart, you should do that. But let's say he spends $400 on this. He runs it around for a week and the engine blows up. Or the transmission blows up. So he's out to $400. Of course, what they're going to try to do is blame me. Well, you know, you said it was running. But, you know, I'm going to put a very specific warranty on this. That I'm only warranting parts that I touched. Other than that, you know, because anything could happen to it. I mean, they have a goofy fuel filter on it. Oh, I didn't tell you. The reason that valve stuck. I meant to tell you this. I was looking at the gas through this line here, and it you know, the line's kind of greenish tint. And I thought, boy, that gas looks blue. Wonder why it's blue. So I dumped some into a clear jar, which I would have done anyways. I always check. And it was 2-cycle gas. It was a 2-cycle mix. Somebody put 2-cycle in it. Must have ran it through there, and a 2-cycle just carbons everything up. So it probably carboned that valve up, stuck it open. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to make some money off of it if he pays. Otherwise, I got to wait 90 days and go through all the filings and letters and all that stuff. He wants it serviced. The tires are holding up. That's very odd. On a mower this old, the tires holding up. Although they don't look like the original. That one's white. They're usually, no, I guess they are white. Usually they're gray for Craftsman. New battery on that, I forgot about that. So. And then this, yeah, this guy's great. He brings me all this stuff. And he says, I break them and you can fix them. And this is the second time I've had this one here. For the same reason. He just leaves gas in it and doesn't run. So I cleaned the carb and he seems very happy. He doesn't live in the area, so this one's going to be here for a couple weeks. He lives in Kansas, actually, out of state. He has a second house down here. So when I wash these up, the mowers, I'll go ahead and wash that also. Of course, that one is still here. It's probably been here 3 months. She's paid. And then this one, she hasn't paid. That was this carburetor. And I've told you about this one. I just don't understand this. How do you, you know, in a hurry on Sunday, but by Tuesday, you don't have the money? It just absolutely fascinates me. but I haven't gotten any calls. I can't believe how busy I got so fast Friday and Saturday. I mean, it just flooded us. And of course, maybe you don't know about that Cub Cadet. That came in last night. He wanted to borrow a battery charger too. He's a pretty good customer, so I trusted him. He says, I'll just go out there and I'll start my tractor and I'll bring it right back. So he says, it's in the barn and I can't get my truck in there to jump it. So I gave him the one out of the solar panel shed, the one we use every day, and he really liked it. I mean, he didn't pay for it or anything. I mean, he just borrowed it, brought it right back. There isn't much going on. We did laundry today. It's been so cloudy and rainy for so long that we really needed to get some laundry done. So, you know, got to fill the water in between each cycle. Of course, Carolyn did a lot of it by hand just to, I'm not going to explain how she does it because somebody's going to complain, but it saves water. But she did some of it by hand, and just, you know, to try to keep up with the laundry. Just so cloudy, can't hardly get any sun to do anything. I got a couple panels down, I think. I'm gonna have to go out there and look at them, but this time of the year the snakes like hibernating or kind of hiding under them, so I don't really want to get in there. I'll probably wait until the fall and do it in the fall. Oh, people were shooting off fireworks last night, and it just upsets Red so bad. Here she comes. Yep, she doesn't like the fireworks. But she jumped on the bed. She was looking for attention. Now she won't eat today. There she is. So, oh, there's not a lot going on. I released a video on my other channel today, and it's doing really well. I find it funny. Some holidays are terrible for YouTube, but other holidays like Easter and Memorial Day, I get lots of views on these days. It's like people are just sitting home bored, so they watch YouTube. I don't quite understand the holiday cycle. You know, Thanksgiving, I get a lot of views, but on Christmas, no. New Year's, no. Oh, drinking. It just occurred to me. If there's alcohol involved or not, well, Memorial Day, there's alcohol. I thought barbecues and alcohol. I guess they get bored with the uncle's story, so they watch YouTube while he's yapping up a storm out there by the barbecue. So I don't have a lot going on, so I guess I'll jump off of here. So if you'll click this up next box to take the video over my other channel, it's a brand new, well, it's not brand new, it's brand new today, but it won't be for you tomorrow. But so if I can inspire you, stay busy, so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.